We're back. You thought we were gonna go away like Sharknado.
I can't escape. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get away, but I'm trapped.
Yeah, whatever. Blah blah blah
See
blah
this
blah.
overgrowth of beard I have? I've been sitting there tied to the chair for a week so I can do this against my will. Help.
Anyway, we are talking about Sharknado 3.
Save me.
So, again, it's just basically kind of a continuation of Sharknado 2.
Which is a continuation of Sharknado 1.
And in this episode, we have a lot of celebrities. This is like a trend.
First, let me ask this question. I know it's, again, logic, and forgive me for inserting logic into this thing, but I gotta ask.
Remember, guys.
Where the hell are all these sharks coming from? There are thousands of sharks in these movies. I mean, I didn't know there were that many sharks in the ocean. Every time this thing, in the first Sharknado.
Dad, we can save that till the storm.
Yeah, but
Dad, we can save that. Stop.
every species of shark on Earth was in these tornadoes, and they don't even inhabit these waters. Where are they coming from to be sucked up by these tornadoes? We're talking about sharks that are from 1 foot to 18 feet long to 30 feet long. What? Where are they coming from?
Now, this is the rant of my father, talking about Sharknado 3.
And 2 and 1. Where
Now,
the hell are all these sharks coming from?
now, mind you, the beginning of this story
We're talking about whale
takes
sharks,
place in D.C.
great white sharks, hammerhead sharks, tiger sharks,
Hammerhead. Anyway,
sand sharks.
are you done?
What?
Are you done?
Ghost sharks, robo sharks.
No, that was a movie. Those were two
Where?
movies. Dad.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so we begin where we left off, and because, the lead character, played by Ian Ziering, saved people in Sharknado 2, he's been sent to D.C. to receive a medal.
The Congressional Medal of Honor from the President for saving, in essence, the country.
So, this is where we begin at this movie.
Well, New York, actually, because the last one ended in New York, but go ahead.
We're in D.C. now.
Okay, now we're in D.C.
And we are introduced to all the people that wanted to do the Sharknado movie. Bo Derek, Mark Cuban, who played the president, vice president.
Well, Derek was
the girl's mom.
The mother, yes.
And
looking kind of
Coulter,
cute, by the way, for 85 years old, but go ahead.
Ann Coulter played the vice president. Rick Fox.
That's really a leap in logic, but go ahead.
Rick Fox played the head of security. Lou Ferrigno was one of the security guys.
One of the security aides, yeah.
Yeah. And here's what killed me. When Ian's character got the medal, he also received the Golden Chainsaw of Freedom.
Right now, I'm looking for stakes to put in my eyes.
I mean, he got this beautiful medal.
I want to go find an anthill to stake myself to and have the ants eat me.
Somebody gave him
Give me a jar of honey, please. Go ahead.
Golden Chainsaw, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good.
Not an imitation golden chainsaw, a real functioning golden chainsaw.
Now, mind you, I've given you all the names of celebrities that were in like the first 10 minutes. After that,
first 2 minutes.
After that, Jackie Collins, the author, and then around this time, storm started brewing.
So you got to get a weatherman, of course.
Ion, who knew what was going on, he said, look, we got to get out of here because storm's coming, which means they're coming. First person to get killed, and special guest star, Neo. Okay, and just like everybody started getting, like in the movie.
That's what you get for standing around crowds, Neo.
He wasn't standing around, he was in the car.
That's what you get for being in the car around crowds, Neo.
Anyway, he wasn't standing, he was in the car. Anyway.
That's what you get for being in the movie, Neo.
But I mean, everybody wanted to be in this movie. Matt Lauer, Samantha.
Matt Lauer had a long part in this movie, longer than you would expect him to
Hoda
have.
and Kathy Lee, Michelle Bachmann. Frankie Muniz played. It's hard to describe what he played, but he was in the movie too. And it's just, the storm started brewing, and it got bigger. And there were tons of sharks coming down, attacking and attacking and attacking.
Now, mind you, these sharks don't get disoriented when they're whirling around in these twisters. No, 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 no. They're fully functional. They're still in shark attack mode. So while they're going around in circles instead of getting dizzy, they're looking for something to chomp on. So as they're falling out of the sky as the storm dissipates, they hit somebody and they eat them.
It happens.
What a crock of shark.
So, that's the basis of what's happening. Now, mind you, Tara Reid is in the movie too, and she's pregnant. Her character is pregnant and basically about to have
The pop.
And apparently, before all this, they had had kids, and these kids aren't young. These kids are like teenagers. They have a son. He's away. They have a daughter. She's in the movie running around, and they're expecting.
It couldn't have been natural births. They had to adopt these kids from someplace because between the last two movies was enough time for the characters to have these kids to be this old.
Mind you, she's pregnant, so she wasn't pregnant before, and now she's pregnant. So you're talking around 9 months.
It's a miracle.
It's a Sharknado miracle. Anyway, then you go on. You watch the rest of the movie. Oh, by the way, David Hasselhoff is in the movie too. He plays Ian Ziering's father. Go ahead.
Who is an astronaut, by the way. So, we come to the conclusion after going through all this schlock about, oh no, it's happening again, and what can we do, yada, yada, yada. They do some research and come up with a solution. Of course, since David Hasselhoff is an astronaut, the solution has to do something with outer space. So, they get into a space shuttle to go up to the upper atmosphere to explode some ordinances to dissipate the tornadoes and, effectively have all the sharks fall back to Earth and everything go back to normal. Well, not quite. Hold on, Kimosabe. They get up in outer space. They take the explosives with them, and they are trying, to do what they plan to do, to blow up, the tops of the tornadoes so that, the storms can dissipate and the sharks can fall back to Earth. Well, of course, while they're doing this, the sharks are still circling in the tornadoes and being sucked up into outer space. Okay. Now, I had problems before with the sharks being twirled around in the twisters and, still in attack shark mode. Now we have sharks in outer space. You have human beings in spacesuits trying to survive the rigors of outer space. But now you have water-breathing, water-living animals in outer space. I'm trying not to heave, excuse me, thinking about it. In outer space, still growling, still chomping, and apparently doing quite well. They have to abandon the ship because they've been pounded by sharks that are being thrown up in the upper atmosphere. So they're on their way back. They're exiting with emergency equipment on their way back. Well, Tara, for some strange reason, gets separated from the ship and falls into the mouth of what's the name of this shark?
Great white?
No, not great white. It's a whale shark.
Oh, that one.
A whale shark, the biggest shark that we have on Earth, which usually feeds on shrimp, but it's a huge, huge shark. Normally it doesn't eat human beings because its throat in real life isn't big enough to swallow human beings. However, this shark, since it's in outer space, can apparently swallow a space shuttle, so she falls out, pregnant, falls into the mouth of the shark. She also has with her
well, since she lost her hand in Sharknado 2, she's got
this apparatus that has been modified.
And then she's
it has a saw blade, a twirling saw blade on it that is they use to kill off other sharks that have been, pounding them from the, other twisters on Earth.
Which happens.
Well, she and her baby, her pregnant baby, the baby in the belly,
save it there.
fall into the mouth of this shark. Her husband, seeing this, comes out to try to do something to save her. And from this point on, I can't talk anymore because
I didn't see it. That's what you might hold
I'm like
no.
I love science fiction. I'm willing to stretch the bounds of reality and credulity to their extreme to accommodate something. All these sharks are being sucked up into the ionosphere, whatever sphere they're in, and Tara is asking, how can they survive in outer space? How can they live in outer space? A question that begs to be answered, but nobody's around to answer it. Okay, so her husband sees her plight as she's going down to the shark. As he's approaching the shark, trying to figure out what to do, all of a sudden, out of the belly of the shark, you see this hand slicing the shark's gut open.
Actually, you don't even see a hand. All you see
is
the blade.
You see the blade.
And then you're like, oh no.
And you're expecting, oh, well, maybe she got out. No. She didn't get out. She hands the baby out through the opening in the shark in outer space. I collapsed.
We're done.
I collapsed.
We're done.
I crawled under the chair, whimpering in a pile of, protoplasm.
What happened?
Thinking to myself, he got back to Earth.
Okay.
And they reunited at the airstrip.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is what I did.
Now, mind you, I had seen this from upstairs, and I'm looking. I'm like, no.
What?
Way.
What? But,
no.
But,
way. And at this point, out crawls Tara after the baby.
I can't watch it anymore because I've gone in the kitchen and pulled my eyes out with a pitchfork.
He did. It was, he got it back. So anyway, Tara gets out and she's like, okay, I'm fine. And apparently, since they've all come to Earth and all this stuff is on Earth now, there's basically downfall of things that...
Millions of pieces of space junk and sharks.
Sharks, ship parts and everything. And she's like, I got it. And she puts her hand up. Boom! Apparently, part of the shuttle crashed on her. Now, after this happened, there was an immediate,
why couldn't this happen in the beginning of the movie? Oh,
there was an immediate calling for, do you want her to live or to survive? My dad's not helping right now. And basically, there was a hashtag Tara dies, hashtag Tara lives. And we, as the viewing audience, have to vote whether she lives or dies. And
there was another option, kill yourself.
And
I chose that one.
And the answer will be revealed
in Sharknado 4.
That's right, they're doing 4. So,
oh my.
Hence, there was a reason for us to come back again. And once I saw that, I was like, no. So we have to decide whether she lives or dies. And based on that is where we come into Sharknado 4.
I just want you to know that despite it all, we're doing this as a public service to the common good of the United States of America, which we love dearly.
We love you.
However, if you watch me make any attempt to watch Sharknado 4, and Tara Reid is there with the baby, and the baby has shark fins on it,
don't worry about it.
I will find the director of this movie.
He will. Don't worry.
Get a bamboo cane from wherever I can get one and cane him down the highway until he leaves the country.
Don't worry.
This is... Oh, sorry. I can't say these things, can I?
No, you can't. But wait. We're done with the review.
But everybody got paid, so what can I say?
We're done with the review. But there's a movie on. It's Saturday right now when we're doing it. Later on tonight at 9 p.m., there's another movie on that I cannot wait to see, and I think this will be equally as bad.
That's the director calling me. Yeah. Accepting my challenge.
He's like, come
if you make
me.
Sharknado 4, come and get me.
But wait, Dad, you're going to read the title. And I'll explain who's in it. 9 o'clock tonight. Check your local listings. SYFY.
I dread saying this.
Say it, Dad.
I,
Say it. Say it.
Now we're leaving the shark theme for a moment. Leaving the zombie theme for a moment.
But we're bringing stars
and returning back to a theme which we had incorporated a few years ago.
It's going to be good.
With a little twist. This movie is called, are you ready for this? LAVALANUTLA. We're going back to the spiders. Can we have soon after this spider sharks, zombie spiders,
there will
ghost spiders?
There will. Now that you've
spiders
given,
in outer
now
space.
that you've given all these titles, Dad, there will be. And this is going to be an interesting one because tonight, the star of this movie will be Steve Guttenberg.
One of my favorite comedy actors. I love Steve Guttenberg.
All of the members, all the surviving members of Police Academy. Pretty much. Whoever can make it is going to be in the movie.
And whoever is drugged enough to be cast to do this movie.
So definitely check your local listings. Like I said, 9 o'clock tonight on SYFY. Just check your listings. You know, say the name again, Dad.
LAVALANUTLA. Oh my deity.
By the way, thank you guys so much for listening with us, and you are more than welcome to give your comments and say everything, anything you want. We're basing this on what we saw. Whether it's right or wrong, who cares?
And I want you to send me some brain cells for the ones I lost watching these pieces of tripe.
It was fun to watch. It was funny.
Oh my
And it was painful to some of us.
They were leaking out of my ears. I could see the brain cells coming out. It was interesting watching them.
Anyway, thanks again. We will be back to do a review of this movie. And the more SYFY makes, the more we'll be back. So thanks.
And hopefully my daughter will let me go so I can shave and clean up.
Never gonna escape.
Because I've been trapped here for weeks
Dad,
watching this stuff.
You've been giving great information, so how can we let you go?
Oh Lord, help.
Anyway, later guys. Say goodbye, Dad.
Goodbye.